Alright, so we're going to make some tables here in order to graph our linear equations. The tables that we're making are no different than what we were doing this past week here in class, so it should be familiar to you. We're just going to take it one step further and graph our equation. So I'm going to set up my table here, and I'm going to start with x and y, and then in the middle of my table I'm going to put what y is equal to, which is 3x minus 7. Okay, now I don't have a fraction, so my x column is going to be -1, 0, 1, and 2, just like that. Let's see, did that change my color? Yeah, I think so. Alright, in the middle I am going to replace my x with the number. I want to do a little magic here. 3 times -1 is -3. Minus 7, that is -10. I'm going to put in 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Minus 7 is -7. I'm going to put in 1. 3 times 1 is 3. Take away 7 is -4. You might see a pattern in the y column here. Every time we go up, we're increasing by 3, so you'd expect the next one to be -1, I'd hope. Let's see. If we put in 2 in x's spot, 6 minus 7 is -1, just what we would expect based on the pattern. Alright, so let's see. We'll use orange. I want to write my ordered pairs that I get from my chart. -1 is paired up with, that's a mistake. Let me erase that here. Doink. -1 should be paired up with -10 from the chart. Whoops. There we go. Let's see. 0 is paired up with -7. I'm going to run out of room, so I'm going to have 1 -4, so I'm going to put my other ordered pair up here, and I have 2 -1. Okay. Now remember, these 4 ordered pairs are all solutions to this equation right here. Right? There are infinitely many solutions to the equation. We just happen to find 4. We could keep plugging numbers into this x column and having numbers pop out for the y, and we could sit here for the rest of our lives getting equations or solutions to the equation. But we're just going to use these 4. Let's graph these on our coordinate system here. So -1, 10. -1 tells me to go left 1, and -10 tells me to go down 10, so that's that point right there. 0, -7, well 0 says don't go anywhere. Go to -7, so that's right there. 1, -4, well that's over 1, down 4. And 2, -1 is right there. Now, let's see here. I'll try to do this. I'll try to put a line in here for us. We'll see how good we can get it, how straight we can get it. Let's see if this does it for us. Wait. Oh, even better. I just found something else that might work. Let's try this. Ah, there we go. Fantastic. This is going to work, I hope. Alright, and then we want to put a line through our 3 points the best we can, and that's it. We should have arrows at both ends, so I'm gonna fix this up. So there's an arrow at this end. I don't think there's one down there, and there's our line. Okay. One other thing that I would want to do is to label what line this is that we've just drawn, and we've drawn the equation, or the line y equals 3x minus 7. So we would label that right on our graph. Okay. The arrows at the end, I think you guys know this, but if you don't, that just means the line extends in both directions, even forever, even further than what our graph shows here. Okay. Alright. This next slide is the same graph that we just made. If you look, same one. Okay, so we can skip this. We'll go to the next one. Alright, we want to graph the y equals negative 6 over 5x plus 3. This time we have a fraction, so we're going to set this table up a little bit differently than what we set the last one up. So we'll go with x, what y is equal to, which is all this stuff right here, and y. Alright, and now for my chart, or my table, whatever you want to call it, I am going to focus in, let's use another color so we don't get distracted, on this 5 here. Okay, since I have a fraction, I want to focus in on that bottom number, and that tells me that I want to start with my first number being that same number, but I want to make it negative. Okay, and the reason I'm picking that is that it'll help me avoid fractions in my y column over here. Okay, and that's really the only reason I'm doing that. So I have negative 5. Now I'm going to count by 5s since this is a 5 here. Well, negative 5. I'm going to count by 5s. Negative 5 plus 5 is 0. And then 0 plus 5 is 5. And I could put 10 on here as well, but I'm not going to. If there's fractions, let's just go with 3. A lot of times if you try to put more than 3, it's not going to fit on such a small graph, so it's not even worth it anyways. Let's go ahead and figure this out. So we have negative 6 over 5. We're putting in negative 5, and we're adding 3. That is going to give us 9 for y. Alright, let's put in 0. You could use a calculator to do this. It's going to pop out a 3 for us. And we're going to put in 5. And that is going to give us negative 3. Hopefully you see this pattern for the y's. We start at 9. We go down 6. Take away 6 and we're at 3. Take away 6 more, we're at negative 3. So we're taking away 6 each time in our chart here. Whoops. Let's go back. Okay, so let's write our ordered pairs. We'll write them in pink. Why not? We have 3 of them. Negative 5, negative 9. 0, 3. And 5, negative 3. Those are our ordered pairs that we are going to graph. A little box around them. Okay, so let's go and graph these bad boys. Negative 5, negative 9. Well, that says go to negative 5 and then go down 9. Right there. 0, 3 says don't go left and right. Stay right at 0. Go up 3 though. Whoops. What just happened there? And did we make a mistake here? I think we did. And by we, I mean me. Yes, let me pause this and think about this for a second. Oh, I spotted my mistake. If you look right here, I don't know why I did this. This is a 9, and I put negative 9, so this should be a positive 9. I can actually erase that and do that job right there. Okay. So, let's see, I'm going to erase this point we did right there. We'll fix it. That's an okay thing. Let's go back here to our graph. So let's graph our first point, negative 5, and then up 9. We'll put a point right there. That's right. Okay. And then we have 5, negative 3, which is the last point. So over 5 and then down 1, 2, 3. We'll put a point. And these points should make a straight line. So if you don't have a straight line when you're doing this, you mess something up. And that's why I was about to add that third point on there, and it was not going to make a line for me. So I said to myself, uh-oh, I need to check my work. And so you check your work and see where you goofed up, and then you fix it. And that's no big deal as long as you fix your mistake. Alright, so the last thing we're going to do here, last couple of things, is we're going to draw a line through our points. We'll do this the best we can here with this tool that I'm using. Okay, so there's my line. If I want to be completely accurate, I'll put arrows at both ends. There's a little arrow right there. And I would write the equation of my line here that I just graphed. So I'm going to do that. We have y equals negative 6 divided by 5 x plus 3. And I'm done. So that's what I'm going to do. Quick recap. If I want to graph the equation of a line, I make a table. At the very least, I need 2 points in order to graph a line, but I would like you to get 3 or 4 points. If there's a fraction, I want you to get 3 points. If there is not a fraction, I want 4 points. The 4 points would be negative 1, 0, 1, and 2. And the 3 points, the x values for the 3 points, if you have a fraction, depends on the denominator of the fraction, like that last example that we just did. Okay, until next time.